Bello Galadi, the strategist prescribing a cure for Zamfara's security crisis and Nigeria's ailing institutions. Welcome to Mdas Online TV, your number one source for breaking news and live updates. In a week of national tragedy and institutional reflection, one voice from Zamfara has cut through the noise with a sweeping, actionable blueprint for survival and reform. When bandits struck Fegen Baiza village in Zamfara state last Saturday, the brazeness was a calculated insult. In an attack just 200 meters from a multi-agency military camp, they killed 3, including an APC chieftain, and abducted 64 souls. This is not merely an incident of insecurity, it is a declaration of the state's failure in its primary constitutional duty. In the face of this escalating terror, Barrister Bello Idris Galadi, Turakin Galadi, Chiroman Batauna, and former NBA Gusau chairman, has stepped far beyond the role of a commentator. He has presented a comprehensive 17-point rescue plan for Zamfara, positioning himself not just as a critic, but as the state's foremost strategist. A blueprint for action, not more rhetoric. Galadi's plan, articulated with the precision of a seasoned lawyer and the urgency of a constrained citizen, moves seamlessly from immediate tactical fixes to long-term strategic overhauls. His recommendations are bold, specific, and grounded in constitutional authority. Immediate action. It calls for the urgent fixing of the deadly Yankara-Bimasa highway, the establishment of military camps every 10 kilometers, modeled after the successful Abuja-Kaduna Road revival, and the installation of street lights to deny bandits cover. Policy reversal. It courageously demands the suspension of the failed 6 p.m. 6 a.m. movement ban, citing its unconstitutionality and the untold hardship it has caused without improving security. Holistic strategy. His vision extends to formalizing a legal framework for self-defense, blocking the supply chains of drugs and ammunition to bandits, and tackling the root causes of insecurity through job creation, education scholarships, and the provision of basic amenities. The problem is clear. The solutions are available. Galadi's treatise implies. What is required is the political will to implement them. A national conscience. Speaking for the voiceless. Galadi's leadership perspective is not confined by state borders. Responding to the heartbreaking abduction of 25 students from GGSS Maga in Kebbi State, he issued a direct appeal to both the Kebbi and federal government to revive the moribund Safe Schools initiative. It frames the protection of schools not as a policy option, but as a constitutional imperative, underscoring his deep commitment to the nation's future. The legal reformer, prescribing for a confident judiciary. Demonstrating a formidable intellectual range, Galadi also turned his attention to the 2025 All-Nigerian Judges Conference. Aligning with President Tinubu's quest for a judiciary that is the last hope of the common man, he offered 17 precise reforms. Drawing from personal, bitter experience with court delays, his proposals are revolutionary. Decentralize the Supreme Court, impose a 6-month maximum timeline for case disposal, slash court fees to a maximum of 10,000 naira, and fiercely combat judicial corruption. This is not the abstract musing of an academic, but a grounded, practical roadmap of a man who has battled within the system for years. The man behind the plan, a leader for our times. Barrister Bello Galadi is no armchair activist. As a former chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, Gusau branch, author of 80 treatises of a social activist, and president of the Bello Galadi Foundation, he has consistently demonstrated a rare blend of intellectual rigor and pragmatic action. In a moment of crisis, where many offer only criticism or prayers, Galadi has provided something far more valuable, a detailed plan. He embodies the kind of proactive, strategic, and compassionate leadership that Nigeria so desperately needs. A leader who not only identifies the fires, but arrives with a blueprint to put them out. Barrister Bello Idris Galadi is a strategist, legal reformer, and social activist dedicated to the restoration of peace and the strengthening of Nigeria's institutions. That ends the news for now. Stay tuned with Das Online TV.